Hey, what's up, guys? Hope everyone's having a good day, and welcome back to another episode of r/entitled parents. On today's show, we read and react to some of the craziest stories on Reddit. So we have a whole lot of stories to check out, so let's jump right into it. Entitled mom at McDonald's drive-thru. After I graduated college ages ago, my BFF's family owned a bunch of McDonald's restaurants, and they had to fire all their GMs. Since they trusted me, they asked me to be one of them. Anyways, I'm at my busiest store, and it's Tuesday at noon. There was an intercom that would quietly play the drive-thru interactions in the back, and I started hearing screaming over it. Entitled mom is freaking out. I look at the order screen, and she ordered 122 cheeseburgers in the drive-thru. Didn't call ahead, didn't plan, just showed up during the lunch rush on a Tuesday and decided to order the equivalent of 50 cars worth of food all at once. Of course, she demands to speak to the manager, FML. I come to the window and I thanked her for making her order, and she had two options. She could either wait in the parking lot or she could leave her number and we'll call her when her order is ready. Mind you, this particular store is non-stop DT and lobby from 11 to 12. Entitled mom screams at me, "I thought this was supposed to be fast food." I tell her it is for one person, not an army with no notice. Entitled mom is even more irate. "This birthday party starts in under half an hour and I have to have this food there." She said she wanted to speak to my manager. I told her I was as high up as she was going to get so she could pick either option I gave her before. At this point, she has both hands on her wheel, 10 and 2, looking straight ahead, just yelling nonsense. I don't give a about this job and only did it as a favor while I looked for another job I actually wanted. I just canceled her order, handed her the cash it cost, and told her to get out of the drive-thru. The extreme look on her face of being victimized will be in my memory forever. She looked like a mortar round was coming for her forehead. I looked her right in the eye and softly said, "You're blocking traffic," and closed the window. Yeah, so this Karen must have completely lost her mind. Like, why would you order 122 cheeseburgers for a birthday party that started in half an hour? Like, what sense does that make? I don't know what she thought was gonna happen in the situation, but she was completely wrong. But let's move on to the next story, guys. Entitled mom yells at me for walking on the sidewalk. A while back, my school held this fundraising campaign selling coupon books and gave each student an envelope to collect money from people who wanted to buy them or something. Me, being a sucker for punishment that I am, I decided to go house to house to sell them darn things. After making about 2 sales in about 2 hours, I decided to pack up and head home. I guess I must have lost myself in the thought of something because I didn't notice the 2 rollerblading kids coming at me from behind. They were no more than 4 or 5 and didn't have great control over the rollerblades, causing them to run into me and fall down. I said sorry, even if it wasn't my fault. Canada works like that, and assumed that it was. However, I failed to notice their entitled mom coming from behind yelling at me about not watching where I was going and causing her children to fall down. By that time, I was too tired to care and ignore her yelling, which put all the blame on me, even though it was her kids that ran into me. It didn't even occur to me at that moment how she was dropping an F-bomb every third word in front of her kindergarten-aged kids. I let them pass without a word, not feeling angry about the event. If anything, I was more worried for the kids that had to live with such a rage-filled mother. Yeah, you gotta be careful when dealing with these entitled mothers because you never really know what to expect from them, especially when they're dealing with their kids. But let's move on to the next story, guys. Entitled mom tries to use her son as an excuse to not be fired. So technically, this is still going on, so I'll edit this as I get updates. I'm 17 and I work at McDonald's. Entitled mom is 28, a co-worker. She happens to also be a single mom. Earlier this week, I reported her and gave a list of reasons why. 1, she's constantly rude to me and co-workers. 2, she doesn't know how to do her job properly and refuses any and all help. 3, she's completely unhygienic. 4, she doesn't wear a mask at work. 5, she tries to work kitchen without gloves. 6, we don't have paid breaks, and if you take more than 10, you're supposed to have clock out on a break timer so that you don't steal company's money. Every day she works, she ends up going on 40 to 50-minute unclocked breaks, telling the manager that it'll only take a couple of minutes. 7, one time when I was teaching her a position, she reached down and took off her shoe and scratched her bare foot with her bare hand. I immediately pointed at the hand sanitizer and just said, "Sanitizer." 8, every time she works, our times go up. So yeah, me and a couple other employees reported her. She immediately assumed it was me. She ended up walking up to me and asking if I was 18. I told her no. She then said, "Well, karma is real and you just took food off my little boy's plate, so let me catch you outside of here and see what happens." To which I responded, "Go ahead and assault a minor and see what happens." She paused and said I would never do that, as if she didn't just openly threaten me in front of 3 other employees. She hasn't been punished yet, and I'm probably going to report her for threatening me today. I would feel bad for her son if it weren't for the fact that she openly admitted that her mother mostly takes care of him and that she does hard drugs. We make less than $20,000 a year, and if you have enough to consistently buy drugs, then that's probably what you're spending most of your paycheck on. Well, it definitely seems like a lot goes down at these McDonald's food chains. A lot of drama. So you guys let me know what you think of this story. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. Until next time.